Herkese merhaba arkadaşlar. Bugün The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe versiyonunu oynayacağız. Yani versiyon değil, ayrı bir oyun olarak çıktı. Daha 27 Nisan'da çıktı. Bugün 28 Nisan. Yeni ulaşabildim oyuna. Hemen Begin the Game diyelim, başlayalım. Oyuna da hani birkaç ayar yapmak için girdim. Onun dışında herhangi bir şekilde girmedim. Klasik. Bu Stanley adındaki bir adamın hikayesidir diye başladık. 427 odalı odada çalışan bir kişi. Yaptığı şey sadece diyor klavyenin üstündeki tuşlara basmak. Ha, kameradan şu tuşa bas diyor, o tuş geliyor falan, böyle ona basıyor. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. Bir sessizlik var. Kimseye onu monitörden hani bir şeyi yapacağını, hangi tuşa basacağını söylemiyormuş. Ben tam çeviri yapmıyorum, hani kafamda bir şey yapıyorum, haberiniz olsun bu arada. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move. Uzun süre böyle bir donmuş kalmış bir şey olmuş. Şoka girmiş. Ondan sonra ayağa kalkmış abi. Ne oluyor lan demiş. Baktık, şuraları kurcalayalım. Bu arada o kadar çalışanlara gitti. Meeting room'a gitmemiz gerekiyordu ama hemen şunu gösterelim ben sana. Gerçekten bir aynen. Bunun achievement'ı var arkadaşlar. Hemen yapalım o achievement'ı. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hemen bunun şeyini de göstereyim size. 430 numaralı bu arada. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. 50 kere klikleniyor. Hemen klikleyelim 430 numaralı. I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 4? Ha, 417 numaralı kapıya git diyor. Tıklat. 417 numaralı kapı. Nerelerde ki? 26, 20. O güzel, 437. Şu an benim oyunum hafiften kasıyor ama umarım size çok fazla gelmiyordur. 437 şu. Mükemmel. Yeni kapı 415. Yürü. ...416, 415. 437'ye dön. Döndük. Bu achievement'ı almazsam olmaz. 437. Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. Copy machine nerede lan? Dur. Alright, back to room 417. 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Hadi bakayım, 417'ye döneceğiz. Şu. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. Dur lan, 416, 417. Yes, this is
Great.
You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
Copy machine. Hemen.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430.
435 klik. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did
Kazandık.
it. Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
That felt amazing.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley.
Gerçekten.
Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now? What
Gerçekten.
were you thinking?
Oo. Siz
When
çevirsiniz bu
Stanley
arada.
came to a set of 2 open
Stanley iki
doors,
kapıdan
he entered the
soldaki
door on
kapıya
his left.
yöneldi. Şöyle sağdaki kapıya bir
This was
yönelelim.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
Meeting room'a
perfectly
gitmek
well.
istedim. Evet.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Tamam, meeting room'a
Yes,
geldik. Evet,
this
güzel.
room.
O da
What a beautiful room.
mükemmel oda.
What a gorgeous room.
Efsane oda.
Thank goodness Stanley had taken, but
Teşekkür
eager
ederim.
to get back to business.
Back to
Stanley
business.
took the first open door
Soldaki
on
kapıya
his left.
yöneldi.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5
Anlamakta
years
zorluk
ago.
çekiyoruz. Yıllarca kovulmuş olmamasına
Look, Stanley, I
şaşmamalı.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Gerçekten
I
beni neden
realize that
dinlemiyorsun?
investing your trust in someone else can be
Ben seni
difficult.
zorlayıp,
But the
yani
fact
bana
is that the
güvenebilirsin,
story has
zorlamıyorum
been
falan.
about nothing but you all this time.
Öyle bir şeyler dedi işte.
There's
Tam
someone
şey
you've been
yapamadım.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Hop.
Really?
Gerçekten.
I was in the middle of something.
Buraya
You have zero
gideceğim işi yapmadım.
consideration for others. Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it.
Trip attı
Let
lan
me
bize.
prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley
beni.
walked through the red door.
Kırmızı kapıdan girdi. Yo.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked
Stanley
through the red
kırmızı kapıdan
door.
girdi.
I still don't think we're communicating. Stanley walked
Anlamakta zorluk
through
çekiyorum.
the red
Stanley kırmızı
door.
kapıdan girdi.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley.
Tamam
You want to
Stanley.
know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see, there's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because
Gördüğün
you
gibi
were never
hiçbir şey yok
supposed to
burada.
be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you
Tekstürler bile
wanted?
tamamlanmamış
Was it worth
dedi.
ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I
Bunun
put a
için
lot of
geldik
time into
falan.
that?
Bir
Because I
şeyler
did.
değiştirdik.
And in
Bazılarını
the end, it was
çeviremiyorum
all for
arkadaşlar.
nothing. Because
İngilizcem
this is
birazcık
what you
kıt.
wanted to see.
Kusura bakmayın.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable
Yardım et
desires of
Stanley.
yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Arkadaşlar,
Work with me.
skill
You've
tree,
given me absolutely
skill ağacı.
nothing so far. Tell you what.
Yetenek
Take
ağacı
a
desek
stab
daha
in the
doğru
dark
olur.
at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where
Üçüncü
we
bir
were before. Go ahead,
şey.
Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Şimdi hadi girelim lan.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there.
I'm gonna-
Now, tell me about your
Dinle beni.
experience with this new version.
Yeni
Would you say
versiyona
that the game
puanımızı
benefited from allowing
vereceğiz.
you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Ha, feedback vereceğiz. Üf.
A one? I
Bir
mean, I
mi?
can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a one?
Ama
That's not
neden o?
even helpful.
Bir.
What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based
Tamam
on
lan,
data
tamam,
from
5
your
vereceğim
previous
hadi.
playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the
1,
park with this
5,
one.
3.
Let's take a look.
Bir daha seçim yaptırıyor muydu ya? The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Ha. Ha. Buradaki herkesi gösteriyor herhalde ya. Kaç dakikada bitirdin mi gösteriyor ki? Yedi saat 37 dakika aldı. Oh. O kadardır online'mışız, güzel. Yok ya, şuradan ya da hadi devam edelim, bitsin orası bari.
Now, would you say
Bak
that
şimdi.
competitive leaderboard
Nedir
helped you
bu?
feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Tamam, 3.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind
Test,
taking a look
okay.
at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Mükemmel. Ha, restart'a girdi lan.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move
Bebek
him back to the
ateşe,
right. And if
tehlikeli
he reaches
ateşe
the
doğru
fire, you
ilerleyecek.
fail. It's a very
Ha.
meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of
Çocuk çok
endlessly
tatlı lan.
confronting the demands
Bu
of
resmi
family
nereden
life.
buluyorsunuz?
I think the art
Buluyormuş.
world will really take notice. But of course, the
That's
message of the
what we
game
got to
only
do.
becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Tamam
So why
tamam
don't you give
tamam,
it 4
çocuğu
hours of
kurtaracağım
play
hadi.
to make
Tamam,
sure it's
kurtaracağım
effective.
çocuğu hadi.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Olmuyor ki. Böyle uğraşıp duruyoruz mu sadece? Bir kere daha basarım, bir daha basmam. Basma.
You heartless bastard.
Ne?
Did you do it
Bastard?
because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I
Abi
don't
ben
know
ne
what to
yapayım,
do. I'm
bastım
completely
geri
out of
gitti.
ideas.
Allah Allah,
I can't
sövmene
think
gerek
of
yok
a
bu kadar.
single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try.
Ya
I'm
salar
out.
mısın beni
I'm out.
kardeşim?
I'm done. It's over.
Lan. It's
Thank
over.
you for playing. Your
Oynadığın
input
için
was
teşekkür ederim.
extremely valuable.
Mi?
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Ne?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Let's give it a shot. Bir daha restart çaktı. Şerefsize bak ya. Hem sövüyor hem restart çekiyor. Arkadaş tıklıyoruz olmuyor. Ben ne yapayım? Benim yapacak bir şeyim yok.
Aha, fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
Hangi
What is
oyunu
our
unuttum ben
motivation?
ya.
Well, it seems
Firewatch,
obvious to me
Firewatch.
that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for
Ya
some
harbiden
sort
yeni
of
bölüm
twisted,
gelmiş.
erotic
Firewatch
purpose.
yoktu.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it
Umarım
seems
kaydediyordur.
there's
Evet,
even more.
ediyormuş.
Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Dışarıya çıkalım. Oy. İşte bilgisayarım sağlam olacaktı şimdi. Bunları cıvıl cıvıl gösterecektim size. Şey yok mu merdiven? Hah, diğer taraftaymış. Of, şöyle bir yerde yaşamak istiyorum ya. Gerçi bu şey kulesi, o ayrı bir kule de. Gözetleme kulesi gibi bir kule. Çok FPS drop düşüyor şu an. Aşırı FPS düşüyor.
No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block
açık
it
dünya
off.
oyun. Gerçekten. Lan.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any...
Takip edecek
thank
bir yol yok,
heavens
bir
we
şey yok abi.
avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Ne yapacağız oğlum ben bunda? Vallahi hiç fikrim yok.
I think this will be just the thing.
Bir fikrim, bir şey dedi fikrim. Aa siktir, roketlik.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now
Kaybolma
this
şey
is
mi
game
diyor?
design. Stanley,
Gerçekten
if you
gibi.
manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Oğlum roketlike
Okay, so
gittik.
what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are
Bari
lots of
araba
cars
ver
here
de
in the
oynayak
back, but
ya.
obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here.
Tamam,
Is
var
this
ama.
game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Aa, topu verdi. İyi eğlenceler dedi. Aa, harbiden oynatıyor lan. Eskiden bu yoktu bak.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that... Hold on. What are you doing?
Ne yapıyorsun bu? Aa, restart çaktı lan.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
Ay,
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Stanley geri dön diyor da arkada kaldı onun sesi ya. Ulan nereye gideceğiz? Şuradan mı gideceğiz? Buradan... Allah Allah. Lan. 510. Burası neresi lan? Burası bizim dükkan mı acaba ya? Bizim dükkan olabilir. Fazla bir yerleri kurcuklamak istemiyorum. Aa, iki kapı. Aa, bizim orası. Aa, geri dönüyoruz. 427'ye geri dönüyoruz. 427 değil mi bizim kapı? Aynen. O, ha. Dönmeyeceğiz mi geri? Ne yapacağız burada? Harbiden çok saçma lan.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
Yardımıma ihtiyacım
to
var.
make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean.
Siz anlıyorsunuz zaten, altyazılardan şeylerden anlıyorsunuz.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
Anlamayanlar falan olursa yorumlara yazın. Biraz daha İngilizce geliştiririm sizler için. Özenirim yani. Ama sizin isteğiniz de önemli tabi. Ulan oyun gitti. Ha, restart atmış.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
Tamam,
go to the
yine
meeting room.
meeting
Perhaps
room'a
he had
gideceğiz.
simply
Şu
missed a
bu
memo.
çarçurt ıvır zıvır.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door.
Dediğini yapalım bakalım ya. Bir de dediğini yapalım bakalım. Tamam. Gittik.
Yet there was not a single
Evet,
person here
şeyde de
either.
yoktu. Toplantı
Feeling
odasında
a
da hiç
wave of
kimse yoktu.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go
Burayı
up to
sonra,
his
burayı
boss's
bir
office,
sonraki bölümde
hoping he
unutma.
might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Yukarı
office.
merdivenlere çıktı. Boss'un ofisine gitmek için. Okey. Ne? Exclusive bedroom mu? Oyda lan. Yüzüm yok. To be rich is it a crime? To commit crimes isn't it rich? What a life I will be to have to pick just one. What? Çeviremedim lan. Kafam çalışmadı o kadar. Sıçarken burada şey yapıyormuş. Havlusu burada. Benim yüzüm yok yalnız. Ayna asır puslu. Neyse neyse burayı da bir ara kurcuklarız. Burayı kurcuklayıyor. Oy. Aa, şerefsize bak. Grafikler, Windows Montiler. Ne yazıyor orada? Göremiyorum valla. Ama buralarda da şeydir. Windows Montiler, şu bu. Asansör çağırabiliyoruz mu? Buralar yoktu. Harbiden buralar yoktu. Ben buraları yeni keşfediyorum bak. Oynayalım bakalım biraz daha ya. Bizim eleman konuşmayı kesti, farkındasınız değil mi? Sövdü konuşmayı kesti. Telif is coming. O yüzden şöyle yapacağım. Telif yememek. Gerçi telif yemeyiz herhalde. Yapacak bir şey yok. Telif yersek de Allah kerim ya, ne yapalım. Ulan kaç çıkıyoruz hoca? Hoca ya, kaç çıkıyoruz hoca ya? Hadi lan. Aşağıya desek. Şu müziği neyse kapatmayacağım. Buraları bak hep dökmüşsünüz yerlere ha, ayıp. Bunları alın hocam. Bunlar lazımdır, lazım evraktır bunlar. Kim birbiriyle çarpışmış herhalde birisi de. Dürünk. Asansör bir boka yaramıyormuş kısacası. Aşağı diyorsun boss ofise getiriyor, yukarıya diyorsun boss ofise getiriyor.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number.
2845 2
But of course,
8
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
4 2 8 4 6
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was
Kombinasyon 2 8 4 5'ti. Evet, 2 8 4 0'dı. Söyleyecek şimdi, hazır olun. 2 8 4 1 2 8 0 5 2 3 4 5 2 8 4 5 aklımda bu arada. 2 5 8 4.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in,
2 8
and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Şömine açıldı, tamam. Nasıl deli ettim ama. Burada bir şey yok. Çok karanlık bu arada burası. Aşırı karanlık. Abi çok korkunç. Korku oyununa bağladı bir anda. Çok tırstım şu anda. Loading hatta. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest.
Oraları iyice bir kurcuklayacağız bu arada. Unutturmayın da. Yazın yorumlara. Görmek istediğiniz yerleri de yazın. Şey yaparız yani. Hallederiz bir sonraki videoda. Tamam. Normal. Mind control facility. Hadi girelim lan, escape'e kaçışa girmeyeceğim.
lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Televizyon
What
screen.
horrible
Tamam.
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oy, ekranlara bak. Gidelim bakalım.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true
Jumped to
nature
life.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's
Stanley
co-workers.
co-workers.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in
Buradan
this
kontrol
place,
ediyorlarmış.
freedom
Vay vay
and
vay
nothing.
vay vay.
This mind control facility, it was
Burası
too
mind
horrible to
control
believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Bir tane
That
kovudan
his
yakaladım.
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Hadi gidelim bakalım.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone
kabul
else's
edemeyiz.
control. Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Even
Had
possible.
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Tam olarak çevirmiyorum. Blind'ın ne olduğunu bilmediğim
But
için
here was
biraz.
the proof. The heart of the operation.
Oh,
Controls labeled with emotions.
Happy hour saat.
Happy or
Mutlu ya da
sad or
üzgün
content.
ya da
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and
her
commanded from
şeyimizi
this very
monitörlerden kontrol
And as the
ediyorlarmış.
cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another
Ya
human
kısacası
life.
son diye her şey diyor.
For
Oralardan
he
kontrol
would
ediyorlarmış
dismantle the
monitörlerden.
controls once and for all.
Yok mu? Yok mu agam? Basamıyor muyuz? Başka yerlerde kurcalamıyor muyuz? Kurcalayamıyor muyuz? Evet. Kurcalamıyor muyuz? Facility power. Mind control idle. Awaiting input. Giriş bekleniyormuş.
And when at last he found the source of the room's
Room's
power,
power.
he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to
Şimdi
put an
bu
end to
korkunç
this
şeyin
horrible
diyor.
place and to everything it stood for.
Horrible korkunçtu galiba. Kapatacağız ya da açacağız.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you
Vallahi
go and
bir çok
try to
mana
take
yaptım bu
control
arada.
of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do.
Gerçekten.
But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
2 dakika.
Ah, now this is
Okay.
making things a little more
Lan.
fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time
Aa,
to shine. You
kaçmam
are the
mı lazım?
star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's
2 dakika
desires.
içinde kaçmam
This is
lazım
much
galiba.
better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to
He,
enjoy it. Mere
2
moments
dakikada
until
1
the
2 3
bomb
4
goes
5
off.
5
But
tamam.
what precious moments each one of them is. More time
Sıçtık,
to talk
yapamadık.
about you, about me,
Bir
where
nerede?
we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to
Bir.
start. What's that?
2
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
Sıçtık.
I'll tell you
Sıçtık,
exactly
büyük
what happened to
sıçtık.
them. I
Beş.
erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was
Bir,
merely
iki.
in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I
Üç.
simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground,
Hadi yetiştik mi
swallowing
be?
everyone inside, or I let it burn to a
4.
crisp. I have to say this though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
Yetiştik.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the
Yetiştik,
control
yetiştik,
wrested
yetiştik.
away from you, it's quite rich.
40
I
saniyede
almost hate to
yetiştik.
see it go.
Hadi.
But I'm
Oy,
sure
patlamayız
whatever I come
inşallah.
up with on the next go around
4,
will be even
5.
better.
Az
My
sıkın niye
goodness,
olmadı?
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Aa,
These are
disable'ladık lan.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Hastiktir.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
Aa,
Is
devam
it that
ediyor.
you have
Ben
no idea where you're going or what you're
disable'ladım
supposed to be
zannettim onu
doing
ama.
right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning
Şurada
it
bir
on?
şey var mı?
I mean,
Tuşmuş.
look at you. Running
Şu.
from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons.
Patladık
no,
yani, sıçtık.
these colored ones.
Aa,
or maybe
bir
this
dakika.
big red button. Or this
Tekrar
door.
sayıyor.
Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But
Abi
here's a spoiler
kaçamıyoruz
for
mu?
you.
Gidemiyoruz mu
That
buradan?
timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're
Etraf
only still
sallanmaya
playing instead of
başladı.
watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Etraf sallanmaya başladı.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
3.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
Yetişemeyeceğiz.
But I'm going to destroy it first.
Ha,
So you
siktir.
can't.
Sıçtık.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
Sıçtık.
That's
Sıçtık.
30 seconds you
Big
have left to
mistake.
struggle. 30 seconds until a
mistake.
big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you
Dört.
being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail
Oğlum ne
life,
oluyor?
or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count.
Ya
Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a
oy,
part of
deli
the
gibi
show.
sallanıyor lan.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Ne oldu az önce? Allah belanı vermesin. Çok fena gerildim var ya. Her yerim kasıldı şu an. Oy. Harbiden kasıldım ya.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Şöyle
What
bir
could it
azıcık
mean?
ileriye gidelim bakalım.
Stanley
Dur.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Değişen bir şey oldu mu? New content mi?
Oh,
Oh.
new content? What does that mean? New content.
Oh, new content. Allah Allah. Burası neresi lan? Aga.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra
Aa,
Deluxe.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe
As you may
oynadığımız
know,
ya.
the Stanley Parable was a video game released in
Aa,
2013
2013'te
on
çıkmış
home
ilk Stanley
computers.
Parable ha.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining
Tamam.
of the game for consoles and home computers.
Evinizdeki konsollarınızda ve
The Stanley
bilgisayar
Parable
konsola çıktı
Ultra
mı bu?
Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting
Content model,
audiences
okay.
the world over. Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Aa. Max content dedi.
Okay, so far it's an elevator.
Evet.
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeni maceramıza başlayalım mı? Öyle bir şey dedi. Evet.
Is it broken?
Ne?
What's going on here?
Harbiden.
Should we
Bozuk
be
mu?
moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All right, finally,
Ha,
at
tamam.
long last, it's on to the new content. I've never
Bozuk
been
bozuk
more
bitti.
ready. Let's do it.
Tırstım.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Ha, arkaya açıldı. Okey.
All right. All right.
The jump
let's see,
circle mu?
it's
Zıplama.
The jump circle.
Aa. Harbiden zıplama getirmişler lan. Yeni content açılmış. Alıştırma yapıp herhalde daha çok yani zıplayacağız büyük ihtimalle. Alıştırma yapıp. Oyun boyunca zıplama koyacak mı bilmiyorum.
Is that it?
Bu nedir?
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Geçelim bakalım lan. Elevator yine geldik asansöre.
Goodness.
Güzel.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just
Bakalım hangi
elevators
taraftan?
and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is
Yeni
new
contentler
content, then I
gelmiş
could
ama
just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more.
1000 saat mi?
Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the
That's
new
it?
Oh,
you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
yeni
This
content'i
is what happens when
şey
greedy
yaptığın için
video game developers
teşekkür
with
etmiş.
no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for
Teşekkür
no
etmiş.
reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the
Easy
level
dollar
of
falan
craftsmanship
oğlum
that's
bu
gone into it. In
milletin bir
fact,
şey
I'm looking
yapıyorsunuz lan
right
siz.
now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game?
Resetleyeceğim mi game oyunu?
To what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like
Beraber.
always.
Tamam, hep
What do
beraber.
you
Tamam.
say, friend?
Arkadaş, okey. Chuck Trestay'da bakalım, Chuck. Belki ben orada kalmak istiyordum, şerefsiz. Lan. I have it Monday.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the
Aa,
vent. I
vente
want to
girdi.
show you something.
Hemen geldim.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got
Kaç dakika?
me thinking about the
30 dakika
past
olmuş.
and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Şu an
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
çıkışını kutluyoruz.
You see,
Aa,
Stanley,
kitap
doesn't the
çıkar.
Memory Zone
Aa,
remind you of
ödülleri
how
bu büyük
wonderful
ihtimalle.
Stanley Parable was before it was sullied
Education.
with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October
Ne
of
Stanley Parable?
2013 when the
The
game
British
originally
Academy
launched?
of Film
Back then,
Television
video
Arts.
games had
Ödülleri.
integrity. Back then,
Ödül aldı
it
mı
all
lan bu oyun?
meant something. Oh, the waste.
Aa, dolara. Begin the demo mu? Vay be. Go to outside. Don't play aynen. 5 yıl boyunca Stanley Parable'a girmedi. Şey var, achievement'ı var.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning
2013'te
triumph of
bayağı
games
bayağı
journalism.
ödül almış.
10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Aa, burada da varmış
James
lan.
Stephanie
Aynısı mı?
Sterling
Yo.
writes, and I
Tamam
quote,
tamam.
Where so many games that aspire to be more than games
Tamam,
end
tamam.
up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives
Şu
and
anda
never
benim oyun da
succeeds
kasıyor
to be
arkadaşlar.
every
Yani
game
bilgisayardan
ever
kaynaklı bir
created.
kasma.
Did you hear that, Stanley?
Çünkü çok iyi
Every
bilgisayarım
game
yok.
ever created. That's how grand
İntihar
and
edeceğiz artık bir süre.
all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was
Skyrim.
Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour
Yine
of new
asansör
elevator
content.
content.
Aşağıda ne var? Memory zone. Tamam, okey. Aa, Minecraft. Let's begin. Şu Minecraft şeyleri falan oluyordu ilk Stanley'de. Oynarız istiyorsanız onu da. Aa, ilk Stanley'de oynasak mı ya? İlk bölümünü çektim ama. İlk bölümünü bu arada Stanley'de o şeyin. Aa, yılın personeli Stanley. Vay be.
Here's another moving passage. This
Vay,
time from
ödülleri falan var.
GameSpot.com.
Bunları şöyle yapayım da siz
The
okursanız
Stanley Parable
okuyabilirsiniz,
is both a
okuyun
richly
arkadaşlar. Ben şey
stimulating
yapmayacağım.
commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall
Siz
of the
durdurup
loved
okursunuz
video
onları.
game memories. These were simpler
Buraya
times,
gidemiyor
Stanley.
muyuz?
But I wouldn't give
Aa,
to go
kırmızı,
back, to have
mavi
it
kapı,
all over again.
butonlar. Aa. The greatest wealth is memory. Şuralarda ne var başka? Şey çizimleri. O fon. Şeyler, butonlar yine. Memories. Bu iyi, çift kapı. Ivır zıvır. Oy. Ne değişik şeyler var lan. Aşağı açılmış bu arada. Bu neymiş? Now is knowing your style. Okay.
Wait, hang
Bekle.
on.
Hang on.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no.
Lan
God,
Half-Life.
no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Steam.
I haven't looked at these in years.
Ondan
I can't even
video
imagine
game
what's been
distribütörü.
collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing
Oğlum
as well.
Left 4
weren't
Dead'e
they?
mi yoksa şey mi, Half-Life'a mı çevirecek?
Honestly,
Hans.
I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and
Bugliva.
unfunny,
Sıçtın oğlum.
with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
Eğlenceli.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a
Steam yazıyor.
densely
Steam
layered web
reviews.
of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Ve Half-Life bu arada like gelmiş.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Okay, burada ne yazıyormuş?
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers
Fikir olarak
non-linear
güzel
games,
yazmış.
This preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy?
Sıkıcı.
Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm
Ben
preachy.
preachy
Honestly, you
miyim?
can.
Preachy ne
Yes.
demek lan?
This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
Hadi hocam.
You can't
Hadi
know
hoca
how
aç
much
kapıyı hoca.
fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it, well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise
Tamam.
unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable is... What's this one got to say?
Bunda ne yazıyor bak bana. I get
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can
I
catch
get
up with his
that's
long-winded
supposed to be
explanations
a
of what's
parable of
happening.
sometime
I wish there was a
something
skip button.
something but listen to that
A
part.
skip button. Well, yes.
Bizim
Yes, I think we
eğlenceli
can do
değildir
that.
bu da.
If
Evet
I'm
evet.
truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a
Kim
moment,
yazmış onu?
surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these
Aa.
negative reviews from the record. Only
burası
positive
kapandı.
reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto
Ne?
today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Ha.
And here it is. Go ahead.
Get
Oh,
on.
you're back, you see.
Oh,
You
geri
were
döndün
only
mü?
frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty
Ne?
of time for me to deliver a long, rambling
Frozen
monologue
ne?
full of
Donduk mu?
unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on. But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should
Okay,
say
hoş
that
geldin
the amount
Stanley.
of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was,
Aa,
well,
kapı gitmiş.
I want to say maybe 30, 45
Yürü git.
Stanley, please don't push the
Lütfen
button
basma.
again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Stanley geri dön, geri dön.
Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Hiç açılmadı lan.
Oh, hello, it's
Evet,
you. You're here again,
hoş geldin.
welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and...
Ses de yok. Şunun arkasında bir şey var mı? Ha siktir. Aa, kapı mapı hiçbir şey yok. Arkasında da bir şey yok. Arkada da bir şey yok. Bir daha basıyoruz o zaman. Şuradan ses geliyor. Şundan. Bir daha bastık.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth.
Bıdı bıdı yapma kadar gılıbın adım ol. Bir daha bastı. Bunu sürekli basacağız mı? Şey restartladın ne yapıyor? Benim restartlamamı mı bekliyor? Aha. Gitgide yıkılacak mı burası? Çok parladı be. Oğlum nasıl çıkacağız oğlum? Burası sıkıcı olmuş bu arada söyleyeyim. Fazla bokunu çıkartmışlar böyle şeylerin. Buranın. Şu an oyun hafiften kasmaya başladı, evet. Sesler geliyor. Korku oyunu çevirmeyecek değil mi? Umarım çevirmez. Söverim çünkü. Çok söverim. O ne sesiydi be? Ulan. Yapıştır. Aa. Bir daha şey yapamıyoruz mu? Bir daha olmuyor, tamam. Çöldeyiz. The Journey. Galiba. Öyle bir oyun mu vardı? Ona mı atıfta bulundu ki? Gidelim bakalım ne çıkacak karşımıza. Dağlar, tepeler, taşlar. Duman mı var? Bir şey var orada bak. Bizim anlatıcı da sustu anasını satayım. Ne yapacağız biz? Neyse dağ tepelere yaklaştık da dumanlar çıkıyor lan. Allah Allah. Ne dumanı ki o? Onlar. Ne? Oy tüylerim diken diken oldu.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Şöyle bir
What could
gidelim
it mean?
hafiften bakalım.
Stanley
Çek
decided
kapımı
to go to
çık.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
Tekrardan.
missed a memo.
Arkadaşlar bu bölümlük bu kadar yeter. New Content'e de sonra devam ederiz bir sonraki bölümde. Görüşmek üzere. Beğenmeyi, abone olmayı unutmayın. Sağlıcakla kalın.